Hi, everyone. Welcome back to The Great Debate, Season 1, Episode 2. Every week, I am joined by my friends, my streamer friends, and we discuss the hot topics in the world today. Well, maybe not so much the world, but definitely what's going on in our country and definitely what's going on in entertainment and social media. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and bring my friends on and let's get into the juicy topics this week. Hi, guys.
What's up? How we doing?
Hey, Rob. Hey, Rafi. Hey, Brooklyn. How's everybody doing tonight?
Oh, I'm 5 by 5.
Oh Lord, here
I
we
know
go.
we got a lot to talk about. There's been a lot going on. Are you guys ready for tonight?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Let's get it.
Wait, Rafi, you know you muted, right? I'm a clown on him all night.
Nah, I didn't know I was muted. Hello, everybody. That's crazy.
I
I was
love
like,
Rafi because he's from a part of the world where my man is from. So a lot of his antics remind me of my man, and I just be sitting here cracking up. I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be so good. Brooklyn, how you doing?
Good, Mama. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. You having some technical difficulties?
Listen, I may have to switch. I was trying to fix it.
Mama
You
say,
know
Mama
what?
san, Makusa.
When you talk, when it does come true, it's very clear, but it's like the other parts. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. And guys, to those of you that are listening, this is a brand new show. So just bear with us. We got some good content. It's just we got to figure this stuff out, and we will. Trust and believe we will. All right, let's jump into it. Some of the hot topics that happened this week. The biggest one so far, well, depending on who you talk to, is about this hantavirus outbreak, viral claims. So, for those of you that don't know, I don't know how you don't know. Apparently, there was a cruise ship. Does anybody know the whole story of this that rather take over for me? Because I myself know bits and pieces.
I don't know the whole story. I just know
I
that
know
a whole.
nothing.
You know what I'm
Wow.
gonna do? I'm gonna go ahead and GPT.
Let me stop.
I know that some rodent was involved in getting a bulk of this cruise ship sick, and they had to be quarantined out in the ocean.
Right.
Uh,
So I just chat GPT'd it. Basically, the hantavirus hysteria is of May 2026. It stems from a rare outbreak of the Andes virus strain found on a cruise ship in South America, which sparked fear due to its high fatality rate and potential for rare person to person transmission. Media coverage has likened it to a new pandemic, right? But what do you guys think? Are we heading towards a new pandemic, or is this just all hoopla?
who wants to go first? I'll
I
go
don't know
second.
nothing about it. Where they landed at?
Huh? It's
What did the people?
the hantavirus has a mortality rate of up to 40% to 50%. So that okay, that is a high mortality rate. I don't know. What is the mortality rate of the coronavirus?
So, but the people that called it, where are they from?
Well, they were on a
Oh,
cruise ship, so they could be
I,
from anywhere.
oh man, damn. I don't know. Just stay where you at. If you caught that, please stay where you at. Do not leave your state. Do not come to my state. Don't
So
come
oh,
Rafi's
outside.
solution is to everybody who caught it, stay on the boat.
stay on the boat. Exactly.
don't, don't,
Yeah. Why they
don't get off the boat.
So I think the reason why people are getting so scared is because I just Googled it, and hantavirus has allegedly a significantly higher mortality rate than the coronavirus. So
Oh,
while
yeah.
the coronavirus has caused more total deaths globally due to its high transmissibility, an individual affected with certain hantavirus strains face a much higher risk of death. So it does not transmit as much as the coronavirus. In fact, let me check on that while you guys chat about that.
Then we good.
Like he's like, look, as long as they're not in my hood, I'm straight.
What can I do?
Okay,
You
so
can
yeah,
talk to the people so they
corona
don't get on any more boats.
coronavirus has a significantly higher transmission rate because it spreads through the air, while the hantavirus requires close, prolonged contact for human to human transmission. So, whereas COVID-19, it was highly contagious because you could spread it through talking, coughing, sneezing, respiratory. Hantavirus is primarily transmitted by breathing in contaminated particles from rodent drop-ins or urine okay, this is the cool part about this.
There's
It's
nothing
like
cool
The
about
cool
that.
part. The cool part.
Right.
Yeah, can't wait to hear the cool part about this.
Right, by the way.
I
There's a
just say it's cool because it's like I saw one of these late night show hosts, who was it? He was talking about it and he was dispelling it as like, this is not the next coronavirus. He was saying like, they're spreading like hysteria. And I'm like, okay, I wonder why he's saying that. I forgot his name, but now I understand why, because this one, it's rare for human to human to transmit, allegedly, right? That's what the research is showing, but it's very possible to and I remember reading it was because of I believe two people in Europe. They went to a garbage site. That's how it started. They went to a garbage site and they inhaled the rat droppings or whatever, and then they brought it onto the boat with them. Let me actually fact check that for sure.
They inhaled the rat drop.
Well, my question is, were they throwing away trash? Or
No,
was
they
this
were
a
like,
tourist attraction? Because if there's a garbage site tourist attraction, y'all can have that. I'm good. I don't need to see more garbage.
Argentina. Okay. There was a Dutch couple were exposed to the virus on land in Argentina before boarding the cruise ship in early April.
Okay.
A Dutch couple likely contracted the virus during a bird watching excursion in Argentina, Chile, or Uruguay prior to boarding the ship in Argentina on April 1st. The strain is identified as the Andes virus, which is unique because it's the only hantavirus known to spread from person to person. So that's how it started. Okay.
See, this is good information because like we're talking about the likely panic of this virus.
Nothing.
I would like to talk about people bird watching and how we should just stop that, so we don't have these problems in the future. Because the bird watching is what will happen.
Brooklyn, there she is. Okay, hey Brooklyn.
Girl, I've been here for like 10 minutes. I'm like, can somebody let me in?
I don't, and nobody told me. I was like busy looking at coronavirus.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because it's kind of
But I
small.
didn't see nothing.
I see the big picture and I was like, okay, she must be down at the bottom somewhere.
Oh my gosh.
Lord Jesus.
Well, what I remember is when this broke out, like there was a lot of disputes about people felt that the people that were on the boat should stay on the boat. Like y'all just stay out there. But then other people were like, it's not fair because there's other people on the boat that are not infected and now they have a chance of getting infected, right? So what do you guys think? If you were on that boat, like you'd have to think about that. If you were on that boat, would you have wanted to just stay out there or come home and bring it home with you, possibly?
So here's what it says here.
See,
All right. It says, let me see if I got this correct here. Humans typically contract hantavirus by inhaling aerosolized particles from rodent urine, droppings, or saliva. Less commonly, infection can occur through rodent bites or direct contact with contaminated surfaces. So here's my thoughts on it.
mm,
I get why people will be in a panic state just because like you're in an enclosed area. So like you want to get off as soon, especially if you don't feel like you have any of the symptoms. You don't feel like you have any of the symptoms. You're like, yo, let me off this boat before I get any symptoms. But
Right.
at the same time, like I don't know how far out they were when they discovered someone contracted this virus, but I don't think everybody needs to stay on the boat. I think there needs to just be safety protocols to ensure that those who do get off the boat aren't contagious. You know, it and granted that is an enclosed space. I think there are certain protocols, not so much for viruses, but like for people who get sick or come down with the flu or whatever, especially now post pandemic, that you can quarantine off a small section of the boat of the people who are infected. Because I don't think it was that many people initially. So like if you can just quarantine those small groups of people, I think it was like three or four off
Yeah.
on one
It
side of
said
the boat.
it said that they had
more than
147
that.
passengers and crew on board, and 11 cases were reported, and 3 deaths.
I think initially it was like three or four, and then that it started getting. But like once the word gets out, like people become in a panic state, and when people are in a panic and fearful state, people move about recklessly. So,
But don't you feel like
But what about the people that were not even on the ship that contracted it?
go
wait,
ahead.
what?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. There
Oh,
were
is Brooklyn
people that
talking?
were not on the ship that contracted it.
Wait, I'm googling that right now. Did the hantavirus affect people not on the ship?
Fact check me.
Okay, it says no infections have been reported in the general public outside the ship, though some travelers who left early or had contact during travel are being monitored. Mm. But here's my thing. Okay, I'm looking at the bigger picture here. Don't y'all feel like as humans we're more fragile now? Because think about it. These people, right, came off the boat, they went on this land, they went bird watching, they smell some rat poop, right? Allegedly. And now we have the hantavirus. Are we like losing our, like, what is that word I'm looking for? Are we losing our strength, our immunity or something?
What's your name?
Yeah.
He
Right?
said, "What you?"
It's in the chicken. It's in the chicken.
That's
And
in the
every time y'all eat a piece of chicken, it is being affected and your immune system is dying. I think they are slowly implementing all kinds of
allegedly.
virus. Dark color folk who eat chicken.
They're trying
Wow.
to take over all the
Allegedly.
Wow. That's that's a take I did not see coming. Wow.
What is the
I'm
most
not.
common meat that every
chicken.
last individual eats in some form or fashion? Chicken.
Chicken.
Uh, roast beef.
No,
It's almost-
every individual. Robert.
steak. A good
No.
steak, man. You can't beat a good steak.
I
Well,
feel
You know
like
what I'm saying?
we got to start working on our immunity. And I wonder if like us having immunity would like prevent something like that. I don't know. These are things that we have to study, but something just tells me like it's our immunity. It's just decreasing and decreasing. But also, too, we're not healthy as people. Think about it. Uh, maybe half the population. I'm not sure, right? But there's not a lot of people working out, doing healthy things, getting enough steps in, eating healthy, right? Drinking water. And then on top of that, we're exhausted, we're stressed. And we all know stress like lowers your immunity, right?
Well, I
So
heard apples are like $12, uh, and not for a
I don't
bag,
Because
know
the
but
nobody.
apple a
whatever.
day keeps the
where do
doctor
you
away.
shop, sir? Where do you Trump Towers? Like where do you shop?
If an
It's
apple
high
a
out
day
here.
keeps the doctor away, I would raise the prices of apples too.
Facts.
But I think the biggest thing that we're seeing is, I mean, there are a lot of people that are entering into their healthy era. And
True.
my fear is that by 40 is too late. But you can
Mhm.
implement good habits and with proper, nutritional vitamins, all that jazz, maybe make up a little bit of time. But it's in everything, unless you're growing your own garden. I don't even trust organic, grass fed. Like none of that stuff really matters anymore. It
Yeah.
is that lifestyle, but what we're feeding ourselves, what we're feeding our children, I mean, it's evident. Red dye number 24 or 14, whatever it is killing America. Unaliving them, excuse me.
I know,
It,
I
it
do know
really
that
is.
there's
It's
a lot of things that we allow in America that is not allowed in other countries. Like that they've proven.
But other countries got
Exactly.
diseases. Other countries got diseases and shit. So I think they should allow some things in. If they got crazy diseases over there,
I love how Rocky thinks. Look, they got diseases, so why don't we just do disease?
but I
It's
don't
a
well,
understand.
allegedly, that's what your government is doing. So
But this came from.
allegedly, it is man-made anyways, especially
But this.
when you now no longer have the CDC. So there's no one to create a vaccine. They've all been fired,
wait,
terminated.
wait, wait, wait. Allegedly,
So you don't.
allegedly. We don't talk about because that's
I think I said that
they
at the
will
beginning.
they will
I
banana
said that
you
at the
on here
beginning.
if
Allegedly.
yeah, but we don't even mention the V word because we got in trouble last time for that. Um, there are a lot like what's funny?
Allegedly. That
I used to think like speech was free until I became a podcaster. There's a lot of things we cannot talk about, like government,
censor.
yeah, healthcare policies, things like that.
Censor.
And people will tell you, "Oh no, you could talk about it," and I'm like, "Yeah, well, I got
You,
one too many warnings to say
Uh,
no."
so I'm going to answer both questions. First question I'm going to answer is our immune system weaker now than it used to be? I don't really think it's a matter of our immune system being weaker. Uh, I think it's the matter of us crafting new ways to eliminate that is getting sharper. Because like if we just went along our life regularly, like we would build up immunity to a lot of natural stuff. But like a lot of the stuff that we are coming across is not natural. It's made.
I could take that. Brooklyn brought up a good point that not like a lot of people, or well, people are changing to healthy lifestyles, but by age 40, like, is it a little too late? Right. And I want to ask each of you a personal question here on this live stream. What one thing, if any, have you done this year concerning your health? Like, I'll tell you guys, I haven't quite given up alcohol, but it's very rare for me to have like a glass of wine or champagne or anything I used to drink. Like I just don't drink anymore.
I stopped doing blow.
You know what, Rob?
I'm sorry. Allegedly, allegedly.
Yeah, put that on YouTube. Put that out on YouTube.
So, I'm kidding y'all. I'm kidding y'all. Things I've done for my health, like I'm always active. Um, I'm I'm always out in the parks and going on hikes and stuff like that. So like I stay pretty active.
Okay. Rafi, have you done anything this year?
I walk everywhere. I'm always in. I'm always on the go. So I'm
I gotta
always.
I gotta start walking more for real.
I move everywhere. Every time I go work, I walk to the park. I walk a lap around the thing, around the yard, around the field, and I really walk. I'm always active doing something. So I'm okay.
All right,
You
Brooklyn,
know,
anything new you did this year?
Might be on mute.
So I didn't do anything different this year. I kind of implemented mine a few years ago. I lost my mother due to a heart attack, but I
Oh,
started seeing hereditary things amongst the women and the men in my family some years ago. Um, so I'm a very clean eater.
okay.
Um, like no pork, that type deal. I eat from a saucer. I nibble. Um, I'm active. Obviously, I have two children under the age of 10. Uh, so, the physicality of my life is very active. Um, but yeah, just cutting out that and refined sugars probably is one of the main things I did this year. I used to go through a whole thing of lemon Oreos. I don't do that no
Ooh,
more.
that's
So
so good though.
that's my that's ooh, tell you. But yeah, so
I'll
like
take
those
over for
type
you.
of things. Um, I know that's right. Look, somebody need to, but I replace it with natural fruits. So I'm
I'm
a
working on
charcuterie board like
that. Oh,
avid eater. I can eat that breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I love my Colby Jack cheese with my grapes, and I love my fresh fruit and melon. So, as long as I do that, like it don't seem amazing. Yeah.
all right. Rob, you have something to say?
Oh, I was just gonna say, I miss the streets of New York because over here they don't believe in sidewalks. Like,
All
people
right.
be all out in the middle of the road,
I think anywhere
walking,
outside of New
biking.
York doesn't
I
believe in sidewalks. It's crazy. That's why when people in New York are like, I walk everywhere, I'm like, you can. No, I'm just kidding.
Shoot.
All right.
I seen a dude with a
no, literally.
skateboard the other day. I was like, "What are you doing in the street, man? This is a major street."
Another big topic this week is aliens. Aliens.
Ding.
The War Department drops UFO files. Surprise, surprise. The government knew about aliens and even had some sightings that they released to the public. These UFO files are dating back to the 1940s. What do you guys think about this? I have so many
Mhm.
thoughts. I have like my biggest question is why now? Why now? Are
My
you,
my biggest question is any of these files redacted? Because then they'll stay on track with all the other files being released.
I feel like something's happening next
Because
year.
the
That's just my feeling.
yeah, I mean, I've heard that as well. Um, but the stuff going back to the 1940s and all of that, we've always heard it. Again, I think we talked about this on another platform. But when it comes down to the things that we know, that things that were hidden, they would tell us what was that? The tabloids, the gossip magazines, like they would always have like UFO sightings and different things that people called, oh no, it's a hoax. This, that, and the third. But I believe this is just a distraction because there's something
Mhm.
else going on. Um, and if we get caught up in this, or just consume yourself with anything other than the real shiznai that's going on behind the scene, is what they want.
That okay, so we have Brooklyn feels it's a distraction. I feel that the aliens are coming to town next year, and they pretty much told them, they're like, look, we've been giving y'all these things to share with your public, your community for a while now, since the 1940s. You were supposed to prep your people, you didn't prep your people. Oh well, too late. Our ship's arriving next year, so have at it. And that's what I feel, they're preparing us. So I feel, they're preparing. Brooklyn feels it might be a distraction. That's a good point too, Brooklyn. What do you guys feel, Rafi, Rob?
I don't care. I'm one of those that don't care really. I see Independence Day, and I'm like,
Rafi says he don't care, and he'll be the first one with an alien girlfriend.
Oh Lord, not the Independence Day one. Rafi said, "Look, I don't care. Will
Bruh,
Smith is back.
it's
He's
just
ready to take on anything."
Independence
it,
Day, Men in Black 1
my
and
thing.
2. I mean,
No,
it's
my
out
thing
there.
is so what? Okay, we did find you out. So okay, what's next? Why do we care
Well,
so much?
because it could be end game. It could be. Do you think, like, if aliens do exist and they do come to Earth, do you think they're coming to coexist with us
You know what
or
this sounds like? You know what
to
this
own
sounds
us?
like? This sounds like 2000 when they told you everything was going to shut down and everybody panicked. Everybody went and got
Y2K.
water. Everybody just, oh my God, the world is going to end. 26 years later, we talking about UFOs taking over the world.
But
Well,
this
well,
is
we're
different.
also talking about people on a boat with a virus, so kind of tracks a little bit.
It
Kinda tracks.
is.
You and I think we talked about this with Boogie last a few weeks ago. We
Yeah.
are not the most intellectual of people. They're not coming here to coexist. They're not taking anybody up. Nobody's going to be transported and taken off to a far off.
Oh,
Oh wait, are
It
you going
I
up,
don't think
Rafi?
that's going to be.
I
You
think
say
we
what?
intellectual. I think we smart.
Oh,
I think, shit, I think
Not
you got to
since,
compared to
since the man,
aliens.
since the man that
That's
said,
like
"I don't care."
Japan, Tokyo, and all the other Asian technology upper echelons of intelligence warped times 10 to the second power. They've got technology that's been used that we're just now getting probably since the 1940s. So when it comes to, we're not going to share knowledge. They probably been in cahoots, all along. They've been among us, I feel like. Yeah, we're just gonna see how this roll
so,
out. It'll be interesting.
It will be interesting.
so I hate to
Mhm.
bring this back up. I hate to bring this back
Here we
up, but
go.
I'm gonna bring it up because it's relevant. Look, it's all fine and dandy that we know about aliens since the 1940s and whatnot, but can anybody on the panel, in the comment section, anybody watching this post live, can anybody tell me why there were nearly 200 officers at the Miami Beach Mall in 2024,
Oh my
December
God, you're talking about that
31st?
video. You're talking about the viral video. First of
Where
all, I don't believe
can somebody just tell me that it may not be just tell me why there were almost 200 officers there. That's all I want to know. They said it was aliens. I just
there
want
was gonna be a blue face concert, bust down Tatiana busted. That's why they were there.
not the
What?
blue face.
I mean, isn't it kind of
Huh?
weird that everybody who has these UFO sightings always have like they took it with a Nokia phone? Like, what's that about? Why can't we see
It's not
clear?
weird. It's not weird because, like, if you think about it, like, imagine Imagine the notion of having the latest iPhone and you trying to explain how that works to like your grandmother. You know what I'm saying? Like our technology is dope, but who's to say that theirs isn't doper?
So you're saying that when
I just
people allegedly get around, say, aliens, their technology is so far advanced, it scrambles ours to make it out like a Nokia phone?
I mean, we trying to do
yeah.
that to each other. Who's to say they can't do that to us?
That would be a really interesting concept, actually, no lie. That would be really interesting because I always find it funny, like all these videos, and they're so grainy.
Because you got to think about it. Like you have the latest in in like cell phone technology, like the latest. Like most people have like the latest Samsung, iPhone, whatever. So you mean to tell me everybody with the latest phone is a Nokia, old Nokia phone? It doesn't make sense.
It
So it
don't.
has to be that there's a disruptor uh, out there that's beyond us that distorts our limited knowledge of technology.
Allegedly, but it can track. I can see that for sure.
Allegedly.
Interesting.
And what
Allegedly.
is that thing in the middle though?
I
I
listen,
think
this
I
is
saw
oh
them
my
at the grocery
god.
store.
This
Look,
is
I'm
stuff
zooming
I
in so I can try to see it.
got off the internet.
Looks like that's their skeletal frame.
Oh, that looked like somebody I saw at the local grocery store.
I can't.
Look.
The same. Here we
Well, the
go.
biggest, yeah, the biggest news this week was the Kevin Hart roast. Kevin Hart paired up with Netflix and put this roast on Mother's Day. And this is just some of the people that came out. Um, I don't see everybody there, but they had some surprise guests like Tom Brady, The Rock. They had some people that were not there. I thought like definitely Eddie Murphy would have been there. Chris Rock, like those are
Wow.
big. They're like big name comedians. But Cat Williams showed up, which was surprising because everybody, well, not everybody, but allegedly there's ongoing. No, it's not allegedly. They admitted it. There's
Oh
ongoing
yeah.
beef between
Yeah,
Cat Williams and
on
Kevin Hart.
stage.
So, yeah. All right, let's start there. Let's start there. What do you guys think? Do you think that they made up, or you think that they both are like, no?
I think he. I'll put it this way. Someone mentioned this the other day. I think he was pretty much the only one that wasn't reading from a script. He said
Oh,
everything on his chest. He said it from his chest. But he made it very comical, but he said it from his chest. Also, did not really apologize. Not
yeah.
really.
To me, him and Cheryl Underwood were the funniest. And that guy that's actually hugging Cheryl Underwood, Tony, what's his name? Something
Oh, on the
Radcliffe.
live, Tony? Yeah, yeah, that guy.
Yeah, I
He's
actually did.
getting.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about this dude, but he was funny.
I do. Oh, he's getting ate up with all his funny comments. He get eat up thoroughly in the internet, along with Kevin Hart.
Wow. So did you
I
guys
gotta watch it from
enjoy
the
it?
beginning. I've only seen snippets.
Oh, okay. You got to do your homework, Brooklyn, before you come to the show. No, but it really was interesting. It was like 2 hours though. It was really long.
It was
Um,
3 hours.
Right.
Look,
Right.
I'm
yeah.
gonna
Like,
tell
I'm
you what I
like,
think
give me
about.
the meat, you know? Like,
I'm gonna tell you what I think about the Kevin Hart roast. Um, there were some funny moments, but as a whole, I think it wasn't worth. I don't think it was worth it. And the reason why I don't think it was worth it is because like it's a big spectacle now. Like it's not the traditional roast that they used to have. Like Netflix is now, and don't get me wrong, I like a lot of stuff that I watch on Netflix, but I think as far as like the comedy roast, like it's not even about roasting anymore. It's just about like who's who and who said like the most wildest thing out there. And it doesn't really focus so much on the person that they're roasting. Like back in the day when they used to have roast, especially with Kevin Hart's 3 hour roast, Brady's 3 hour roast, like roast used to be like an hour, maybe 90 minutes total. Like there wasn't this big extravaganza where you had to have 50 celebrities come up and say something witty. And then most of them weren't even comedians. Like it used to be
Right.
just comics
I
just
noticed
doing the
that.
roast because they were professional and they knew how to actually do that. Now they're just inviting everybody up to do. Like Cat Williams said, what you can afford for the dais? This is what you represents you? Because most of those people on the dais weren't comedians.
And oh, that good point. How many people learned for the first time the word dais? Because people use it so much. I was like, what is okay? This is a dais. They're all part of the dais.
Yeah, it's just a spectacle now where it's just to see who, you know what it is? It's the comedy, it's the extreme comedy version of like the the Met Gala. You know what I'm saying? Like who's there, who's doing what, who can take a joke, who can't, who's the most offensive out of them. Where like the jokes used to have pizzazz to them, and now it's just saying whatever for shock value. Uh, some of those shock values were funny, but like it's not 3 hours worth of funny.
Well, that
They
was my
had Usher
question
come
with
out.
this. That was my question with this is how far is too far? So for those of you that didn't watch it, Cheryl Underwood's husband passed by he unalived himself by jumping from a bridge. There were actually jokes about that and jokes about like, oh, don't take Cheryl Underwood by a bridge or her husband by a bridge. Like they really make jokes about that. But they made jokes about Jeff, what's his name? Jeff, the roast master general in the
Oh
red
yeah,
suit.
yeah, the Eddie Murphy one look like.
Yeah.
I forget his name, but it's just something.
Yeah,
Jeff
he had
Ross.
cancer. Jeff Ross. He had cancer and survived cancer. They made fun of that. Like so at first I was offended, right? Because I'm like, okay, not too much on Cheryl because everybody, like I felt Cheryl got the worst of it that night. And I was really mad about it. But then the next day she was on TMZ
Yeah,
and she was fine. But what she said made me change my point of view because she said she loves Kevin Hart and she's grateful to him because she said, how else would you see all these comedians and Black comedians as well on Netflix? So she said Kevin got paid and he got us paid. We all got paid. We all got to work. So she's like, I can't be mad at it. And she said, and at the end of the day, we're all friends. So even though they're joking on me and yeah, my dead husband and stuff like that, she's like, I joked on them about, whatever else, and we're all friends. Like there's no ill will. Now, I don't know about the Cat Williams, Kevin Hart thing. That might be some ill will there, you know. Rafi, did you get to see it?
Yeah, I seen it.
What you think?
Why would I not see it? About the hypocrisy on
Oh, here we go.
America. This is
Buffy, are
hypocrisy
you
on
awake?
America.
Yeah,
No,
Rafi.
I'm awake. I'm awake. I'm awake. It's just crazy because a lot of people was back about the show comments. Which yeah, I guess they was offensive. Yes, okay. But her behavior on when it was her turn to roast, if I was her husband, I'd kill myself too.
Stop it. I don't even know what to say to that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be realistic. That's why there's message in between everything. There's a hidden message in everything. That's why people felt like Cat Williams was the realest. But in reality, he felt like he sold out too a little bit.
Yeah.
Well,
But,
he was put on a spot though. Where's Brooklyn? Did
but
Brooklyn
nobody
leave?
want. So what?
She went to go watch it.
There she is. Hi, Brooklyn. I caught you in
So
time. Okay.
so there's truth. Like they dig it in our faces, and everybody is not even seeing it. Because Cat Williams
What is
said, like,
going
this
on
is
here?
just a ritual.
Can't
We
hear.
talk about all these conspiracies, but when it's somebody we like, we forget what's the message behind it.
We can hear
Okay.
you, Brooklyn. I don't know if you could hear us.
Because he said this is a B. This is a B. This is a B version of a ritual.
I remember Cat Williams said that. He said it was the junior varsity
Of a ritual. You all
of
these
a
people is
ritual.
clones.
He did
That's
say
why I
that.
say all the time, all that black shit that she talking about, excuse me. When she's around these white people, she's not with the black power. She's for herself. She's of course, and you see Kevin Hart's wife's reaction. Her and put the people back on the stage. Put the
Um,
people
Oh, and The
out.
Rock.
No. Damn.
Oh, Sarah Underwood.
No. I don't think she was on here.
oh, you're
So
talking about Regina Hall. Regina's Hall's expression all night had
let
me
me see
disturbed.
if that's her.
Regina
Gina
Hall was
Hall.
She on my
smiling.
list.
Yes. So like I said, if you look at the reactions,
Yeah, I noticed that.
his wife was embarrassed. That was a ritual that we all talk about, that we all say is really there. But since it's Kevin Hart and we like him, we don't care.
Oh, I
That's why
care.
I think that's why I think Cat Williams' message was. Because we could say we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, but when it's somebody we like for the money, we're gonna sell out. But he
Well,
said
she did
I'm
not
for the
sell
money.
out. She did not sell out because
No,
apparently
no, no, no,
the
no.
internet
Wait.
was about Regina Hall. And by the way, a lot of people were asking why didn't she get roasted? And Jeff Ross explained that she was added to the lineup only the day before. So the writers and comics didn't have time to prep material for her. But also, it's confirmed that because of her close friendship with Kevin Hart, it's generally accepted, though unconfirmed, that she is off limits to other comedians, allegedly.
Yeah, I was about to say she ain't about that.
Yeah.
She ain't about that. But here's the thing though, like even with what Sarah Underwood said,
But here's the thing, though,
the
like,
following day.
even with what Sarah Underwood said, here's the thing, though,
What you do?
even with what Sarah Underwood said, here's the thing, though,
What
What you
is
do?
that?
What's going on?
I don't know. I stopped talking.
What's going on?
Oh
I was
no.
like, what? Why do I hear me more than once?
Yeah.
Nah, what Sarah Underwood said the next day, like I I'm all for like her getting her uh, recognition and payments and all that stuff like that, but we also got to keep in mind that like Kevin Hart is not even really the first
That's
one
just
to actually do that. Like he's probably the like this is probably the biggest he's done that, in so in terms of scale, because like it's as far as like someone who's been in the comedy realm and whatnot, everybody has to start from like the cellar up. Even when you go back on tour to do like you have to hit the rooms and stuff like that to get to a roast level where you inviting a plethora of random celebrities that you wouldn't even think that would be in, hanging out like that all together.
Yeah.
Um, but when you think about bringing people together for like unity and stuff like that, I like to think about how Dave Chappelle went ahead and created an outdoor space during the pandemic for people to come out and get their laughter on. It wasn't broadcast like the Kevin Hart roast. It wasn't a big spectacle. He brought actual comedians. He brought a couple of musicians. Like I've seen him a few times, and sometimes like he'll bring out musicians just to shine light on them and whatnot. But he wouldn't bring out musicians to take part in the art that he loves so much. Um, Granted, most of those celebrities on the roast have writers write their stuff on, but they don't know about timing and punchlines and stuff like that. And so some of those things wind up being off because they're not experienced in that realm. Uh, uh, like Rafi said, rituals and such like these are things where you make a big spectacle of it enough to appease the people who, because you got to think about it. Like as rich as Kevin Hart is, or as rich as like Shaquille O'Neal is, or as rich as like Tyler Perry is, you know, you got to also think about who pays them. You know what I'm saying? Like besides like the consumers and stuff, like people actually give money to these people to do what they do. So that means that there's someone much higher than the people that we see that have a greater hold on the, well, in this case, the entertainment industry. Um, so I wouldn't think about like Kevin Hart being like a multi-millionaire or multi-billionaire because for every Kevin Hart, there's someone that's 10 times more successful than him and is not in the limelight. There's a lot of people who are filthy rich. Well, not a lot, but there's a number of people who are filthy rich that you never hear about.
Facts.
Never hear
Brooklyn,
about those people.
can you hear us? Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
I had to pull you guys up on my laptop. For some reason, my
Brooklyn.
audio is out on the phone. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, but then we also hear like a
I had
kickback.
to pull you guys up on my laptop. For some reason, my audio is out on the phone. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, but then we also hear like a kickback.
Pull you guys up on my laptop. For some reason, my audio is out on the phone.
Do you
Can
have
you hear
two
me?
devices on right now?
It's like triple.
So you might want to like lower the volume on the others. So that way we don't hear like the kickback. On right now?
It's like triple.
So you might want to like lower the volume on the others.
Okay.
So that way we don't hear like the kickback.
Can you hear me?
So yeah, we can hear you.
Lower the volume on the others. Okay. Okay.
Well, I know I'm gonna mute you for a second just because we're having some kickback, but I hope you can hear us. And if you can hear us, we made it to the end of the show. That was great. We gotta figure out our audio for next week and for everyone who's watching us and stuff like that. But guys, I want to thank you so much for meeting and coming out with me every week for us to chop up the important topics of the week. For those of you that are watching, this is going to be a weekly show with me and my friends. So we hope that you enjoyed it and you had a good time. And we hope to see you again, next week.